Good morning, YouTubers, and welcome to my channel. It's early on a Saturday morning again, and we're starting off on another adventure. First, let's start with a verse from the Bible. Today's verse is Psalm 19, verse 1. The heavens are telling of the glory of God, and their expanse is declaring the work of his hands. Just look around you and you can see a fellow that frequently has YouTube videos, Frank Turek, says that it takes more faith to be an atheist than to believe in God. He says it's much harder to believe that everything just came from nothing than to believe that this is all by intelligent design, that there is a creator behind creation. Pray that you seek that creator and that you learn about him. And the best way to learn about God is through his word in the Bible. All right, well, let's get started then. Today's adventure, we're continuing on the Motorcycle Grand Tour of Texas. Today's plan is to hit 7 different sites in southeast Texas, including the 3-state sign at the corner of Texas, Arkansas, and Louisiana. This is actually off-road a little ways, so hopefully I'll be able to find it, make the short walk to it, and snap the photo there. All right, well, we're starting off with 28,098 miles on the motorcycle. It's already breaking day. Yesterday was the summer solstice. Temp on the bike right now is 79 degrees. It's probably going to get up into the mid to upper 90s today. Current plan is to make this an overnight trip. Plan is to spend the night tent camping at Rusk KOA, which is a stop on the tour. Not supposed to rain this weekend. It's like we're getting into the dry and hot part of summer. Plan is to take Interstate 20 east, skirting the south end of Dallas. We're going to first stop will be in Gladewater, where we're going to hit 2 tour stops: the oil derrick and the Gladewater Museum. A little bit of wind out of the south, feeling that just a little bit, not too bad. Actually helps keep things a little bit cooler. All right, well, interstate travel's boring, so I'm going to cut out here. Pick you back up when we get closer to the next stop. For those of you who don't know about the Motorcycle Grand Tour, it's something that's done every year. I believe it's run by a man named David Kennedy. And he picks 50 different points of interest around the state of Texas. And if you visit at least 25 of those sites, you're considered to be a finisher of the Motorcycle Grand Tour of Texas that year. First year you do it, get a special patch. This will be the first year I complete the Motorcycle Grand Tour of Texas. If I'm successful at hitting all 7 sites I plan to visit today, that will put me at 26 sites for this year and make me a official finisher of the tour. Now we're rolling into a small East Texas town with big charm. This is Gladewater, Texas. Nestled between Longview and Tyler, Gladewater may not be the biggest dot on the map, but it's packed with history,
personality and that classic Texas hospitality. With a population of just over 6,000, Gladewater is the kind of town where folks still wave from the porch and the coffee shop knows your order. Right in the heart of the East Texas piney woods. Back in the 1930s, Gladewater was a whole different story. When oil was discovered here, this quiet railroad stop turned into a full-blown boom town overnight. Gladewater is known as the antique capital of East Texas. Gladewater also hosts one of the top rodeos in Texas every year, the Gladewater Rodeo, bringing in pros and spectators from across the region. It's one of those classic Texas events that makes you proud to be part of this culture. And there's a cool bit of music trivia. Back in the 1950s, Elvis Presley himself played in Gladewater. The local radio station KXIJ was one of the first to spin rock and roll in East Texas. Faith, family, and community are still big in the heart of this town. With good schools, historic churches, and friendly neighborhoods, Gladewater is a place where people know each other and take care of one another. So whether you're into oil boom history, antique treasure hunting, fishing on a quiet lake, or just enjoying a slice of small-town Texas life, Gladewater is worth the ride. And who knows, you just might find more here than you're looking for. If you look to the right there, that's part of the downtown, and the oil derrick you can see there just off in the distance. We're going to cross the railroad track here, where we'll find the museum that we're looking for. Okay, now, taking off from the museum here, just across the way is the oil derrick, which we're going to stop at next and get some photos. Okay, here we are at the 3-state sign that marks the corners of Texas, Arkansas, and Louisiana. This is located about 80 miles from my last stop. This is about 10 miles south of Atlanta on Texas 77. This is where disaster struck. Actually, disaster had already struck me, and I'm just now realizing it. When I got here to this stop and opened my trunk to take out my flag, which has my tour number that you have to have in your photograph in order to get credit for the stop, it was not there. I suddenly realized I must not have put it back in the motorcycle trunk after the stop in Gladewater. I was devastated. That meant I couldn't go on, and I wouldn't get any credit for being here at this time either. So I decided to turn back to Gladewater, ride back the 80 miles, about an hour and a half, and see if I could find my flag. It was really my only hope for continuing today. All right, well, what happens next? I ride back to Gladewater, and it's about 3 hours after I left. Do I find my flag? Do I not find it and end up having to go home today? Tour over for today? Be sure to tune in to the next episode of Tom's Goldwing Adventures to find out the answers to these questions and others. Thanks for watching.